Welcome back to another episode of Talking Tarkov. I'm the EarLegAthlete here with,
Hey Dizzle.
and today we're taking another look at Core.GG, a new NikiLeak, and of course, a little speculation. Let's go ahead and get right to it. So, before we get into the core stuff or anything else, I just want to take a second and mention that the art contest, I know we've mentioned it the last couple of weeks. Get your submissions in by the 15th of February. So, you have what, 6 days roughly, 5 days roughly to get this in. Um, you know, there are rules to it. It's all on the Twitter, on the website, on the Escape from Tarkov website. It's on the Twitter. It has to be your own original creation, no use of AI tools and things like that. Whether it's a sculpture, a drawing, digital art, whatever that may be, just get it on the Twitter and get it submitted. Um, there's the link to the website and all that kind of stuff. You can also just use hashtag TarkovArt2026. And yeah, get in there, take a look at all that, and submit your art if that's something that you're going to be doing. I know a few people have said that they're going to. I'm excited to see what everybody ends up coming up with. I think I can speak for me and Adam. We're not the most art. We're not even. I'm not even gonna say the most. We're not even remotely artistic when it comes to physical artwork, drawing, painting, whatever that may be. Adam does these really cool like scat paint art stuff, but I don't want to get into that. He likes to keep that kind of stuff private. So
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah,
my secret collection.
get in and check that kind of stuff out. It seems cool. If you have any kind of artistic skill and want to show some Tarkov love, then by all means hop in there and give it a go. But moving on from that, we have some interesting stuff going on. You want to start with core, or do you want to go through the Tarkov stuff first?
It's totally up to you. Whatever you think.
I think we start with core and kind of go over that first, and then from there we will move into the Tarkov related stuff because the core stuff
Yeah.
shouldn't take very long to go through.
No, there's not much there.
No. They did drop a new video, a short, very short, quick teaser video for this. We'll go ahead and play it now. Okay, before we get very far into it. See, as you can see, it's already almost over. Cardinal dot or Cardinal Mod 2, some sort of high-tech futuristic rifle of some sorts, and they're making, mass producing a bunch of them. No idea what these numbers are, maybe coordinates or something, but this just shows core 3 arms. Some sort of, robot facility building these things out, just pumping them out, mass producing them. It's probably a pretty common gun, I would assume. I don't know. We don't know anything about it. There's so much stuff about core 3 that we're just like up in the air on. Like we know it's some sort of sci-fi futuristic shooter with some story elements and things. There's, obviously something going on here, but we don't really know much of anything. You don't really get a good look at it, just like a couple shots of the guns going through the plant, right? And that's it. It's over. Oh, actually, you know what? Right at the end, there is a look at something slightly different. If we can, there it is. So here are a bunch of military advanced combat solution drones. I'm very curious about this game because the more and more we see about it, the more it looks like oh my gosh, not Starfield, it was the other space shooter that
Star
came
Citizen?
out, Star Citizen. Yeah, it kind of starts to remind me of Star Citizen.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that too.
I'm very interested in this, but at the same time, I'm kind of a little worried, right?
Yeah.
A little, maybe not worried isn't the right word for it. Maybe it is. So there's rumor, there's talk, there's some proof that Core has, well, first of all, Nikita posted, Core has nothing to do with BSG or Tarkov. They are not connected. I know we had tried to like speculate some things we saw in last week's video that they had released with, the Bogatir squad on the guy's chest and, the Ushanka hats and just
Yeah,
trying to
we had
nod at all
concluded that
kinds
they were
of,
definitely connected. Like we
yeah,
had come to the conclusion that Nikita, had those drawings from way back on his little art board and everything, and it just seemed like everything pointed to it was in the
spiritual
world of
successor of
Tarkov.
Tarkov. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So, first and foremost, there we were wrong, right? Like,
yeah,
apparently has nothing to do with it. And the more disturbing news of this whole thing is that Core is potentially an NFT game.
yeah. It it seems that there's markings of cryptocurrency all over the licensing and the filing for the game. Um,
Now, there are a couple options for what this could be. Obviously, worst case scenario, this is some NFT riddled cryptocurrency game that just rams it down your throat. You're constantly messing with your wallet, trying to like put more money into it potentially, or who knows. And I call that the worst case scenario. The other option is something that you had mentioned earlier, and they could just potentially, have it kind of like oh, you'd mentioned it earlier, Doctor Disrespect's game, uh, which was an NFT, but the game itself was just gameplay, right? Like it wasn't pushing NFTs and things down your throat. It was just like you got the NFT, and the NFT was the game.
well, the NFT was the game, but there was also NFTs in the game, like special guns, special outfits, and it, it was a slippery slope because no one knew. Like I said, it never got finished, and no one knew what the final product was going to look like. But
True.
at the time, as they were still making it, they were announcing like, oh, kind of like Counter Strike does with loot boxes, and you can win special guns, and you can sell them on the Steam market. Well, that's kind of what they were doing with NFTs. It's like special weapons, special outfits. If you find them in game, you can turn around and sell them on the market. Um, so it's it's another form of monetization that it can be manipulated in bad ways. So it's always scary because you just don't know, especially with you know, today's cryptocurrency seems to be make a coin, sell it to everyone, and
Dump
then
it and rug pull, yeah.
yeah, and then make a ton of money and leave everybody hanging. Crypto rug pulls are like the big thing, and everyone does it. All the
Yeah.
big celebrities, they all make their own coin. Even our president made his own coin, and
Yeah. Yeah.
just dumped it. So it's like that seems to be what crypto is today. So I don't feel great about it being in video games, just because we've done so well at fighting the monetization and the every little loot box and
Right.
DLC, and I just don't think we need another one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's just it too. It's like considering how long microtransactions, paid transactions have been in gaming, and the fact that gamers have been like, okay, we this is enough. You know, sure, every now and then one gets through. Like the Doctor Disrespect NFT game was making its way in, right? Like people show excitement for certain things, and then for whatever reason, the Doctor Disrespect didn't work out. But I don't think if it was heavily monetized with crypto and NFTs and things like that, I don't think it would have worked out anyways. And I think it's just that gamers just genuinely don't want it. We don't want something more than battle passes and skins and this, that, and the other. Like we're cool with giving you our money. We don't want to have to get our crypto wallets involved. And some of us don't even want to get involved in crypto.
Right.
So it's a sketchy, slippery slope for sure.
Well,
So, but
and
that
I
could be
fin-
on the extreme side, right? I mean, there's still a chance
well,
that
and
this is
that's what
just a. Go ahead.
yeah, it could be just normal. Like it could just be gaming is getting to the point where cryptocurrency is just a form of payment that the game is allowed to take, and that starts to become the norm. Like basically just like PayPal. It's like for a long time things wouldn't accept PayPal, but PayPal became such a normal way of paying. It's like if you make a game, you're going to have to license, you know, transactions with, different kinds of payments allowed, and PayPal might be one of them. So just like that, maybe cryptocurrency is now going to be one of them, and it might just be like that for every game.
That's
Um,
true. I mean, you would have all the things in your coding and things that make it look like it's a quote
right.
unquote NFT game or a crypto game if you were allowing payment through crypto.
I will say Airwing and the video I watched of him going over the filings like for the licensing of the game, it looked to be much deeper than that. It looked like there was a lot more going on
Interesting.
there. But at the same time, like I said, I don't know enough about it. I'm not going to pretend that I do. Um, so it could all just be something that has to be done, and for legal reasons they have to have it in there, and then we might never ever hear anything about it. There might never be any purchasable NFTs. There might never be, any tie to any cryptocurrency or any blockchain. Like, it's just too early to tell for sure. um but with my limited knowledge, I will say, like, whenever Steam kind of was like, we're not going to allow games that have cryptocurrency built in on our website, that was enough for me to be like, okay, if Steam is basically
Putting their
saying
foot
we're
down.
not going to allow
Yeah.
it, yeah, then that means that, there's probably not a good reason to do it. Um, Now, once again, I don't know enough about it, so I could be wrong on that too. But I just feel like we've had games long enough without cryptocurrency. I don't think we need to start having them with cryptocurrency.
Right.
But
And like you said, it's such a
like I said, limited
volatile,
knowledge.
nasty market with crypto too.
Yeah,
Obviously, there's coins that work out. Obviously, there not every single interaction in the crypto market is a rug pull, but more and more and more, it's just what it seems to be, and it's just like, not as secure as our other payment methods in some regards. And I don't know if some people are even interested in attaching their crypto wallet, because some people are real big into crypto. There's people out there that
yeah.
really, really invest in crypto. So would that person want to put their crypto wallet on a game that could potentially get taken? It's just
Right.
like, I don't know. I don't know enough about crypto either, man. I'll be honest. I don't care about crypto. I don't want anything to do with
Yeah.
crypto. I'm not involved in it. I bought Dogecoin, me and Sig did, and it got up
Yeah, I
to,
remember
I
you
don't
talking
know,
about that.
I put a couple hundred in, I ended up making quite a few hundred, and I just pulled it out to help Sig buy his graphics card, you know what I mean? Like, so I was
Right.
never really that invested in it or watching it go to the moon. It got to a high price, and I was like, sick money, you know? So I
Right.
don't know. It's just,
But
I've never been one to do that kind of stuff. So I don't really know even how it really works. I don't know how secure it actually is. I know that
right.
the more places you put your wallet attached to, the easier it becomes to steal. But outside of that, I don't really know.
Well, that's same with me. I have very limited knowledge on it. The only time I've ever been into it was when I had a AMD Vega 64 graphics card, and it was really good at mining. So I decided to start mining Bitcoin with it. And what I would do is when I would go to work, I would just set it on, leave it on, let it sit there and mine while I was at work. And then when I come home, I'd use it to play video games. Um, I ended up making a few dollars like that. That was before Bitcoin went, crazy high.
Right.
But it was, that's the only actual like hands-on experience I have. Um,
Right.
I
Right.
do know it's a legitimate market. It has legitimate uses. There are great things in crypto,
Sure.
but like you had said, it's become so poisonous from all the rug pulls and all the just scams that I just I don't feel like, without doing more research, I don't feel like I can give a real opinion on it at the moment as to where it would be, you know, good
Right.
or bad. I
Right.
it seems bad in my, it seems like it just opens up vulnerabilities, like
You would
more
assume.
ways to get scammed. But at the same time, it's like I know there are safe ways to do it, but I've never been into it enough to know. So I don't want to,
Well, that's the other side
act
of a
like I do
crypto
know.
game too, is are you limiting your player base? Because if we don't have crypto wallets and aren't willing to get crypto wallets, or, however you go about starting crypto to play a game and attach it to it, like, uh are players actually going to want to do that? For people, your average player, me, you, middle, whoever, Stony, all these people, are we willing to start a crypto wallet, put all this stuff to it, attach all of our information to it? There's just a lot of things that don't really make the most sense in my eyes, things that I just don't necessarily understand. But again, like you said, it's limited knowledge. We don't necessarily have all that
Right.
with us. So it's hard for us to make a justified reaction to it. And I think it's fair because it's one of those things like we only just learned about after starting the research for this episode, this, that, and the other. We started realizing, oh wait, this happened, and now we're in the process of figuring all that out too. So part of it is limited knowledge on crypto and things like that, and the other half of it is we couldn't find more resources to get more information together, so we could actually have a real reaction and response to what is actually happening. This is all based off of what we've heard so far, what we've seen so far, and just scratching the surface level of that. So there's a lot that we can still dig into and research, and now that we know the direction that this could potentially be heading into, we'll definitely start looking more in that way. But overall, it's one of those things where we just kind of have to wait and see, because we still, even with the crypto in tied into the files and all this, that, and the other, there's still a lot up in the air that we just don't know. And I think
Right.
that's where it's going to boil down to, is we just kind of need to wait a little bit longer, see what actually
Yeah.
comes of it, see how they actually want to implement this, if it's something that we're forced into or if it's just a payment option. There's a lot of things that it could be. There's a lot of ways that it could go. And it really is just kind of wait and see what boils out of it, right?
Well, like I said, that one game, it's called Off the Grid. It
Yeah.
made headlines when and it was coming out. It's just like a battle royale, and they started paying a bunch of streamers to play it, and then I just never heard anything else about it. I knew that it was on Epic because, like I said, Epic Game Store does allow cryptocurrency games. So if you go there, you can see the game. It's still there. It's still up and running. But I haven't heard any news about it. I don't see anyone playing it, so I don't know if there was any scamming of the players. I don't know, and it's a free to play game, so I would imagine all the NFT are in game purchases because the game itself doesn't cost anything. So I don't know. Like there are games out there you can look and see, and I probably should do more research and just see what's happened with the ones that have been made already. But I've just never cared enough to really look into it. But maybe now I will.
Yeah, with this
Um,
being something that seems like a project we would likely be interested in, uh, most of the stuff Nikita puts together, I want to play or, at least check out. Well, I guess I can't really
well, then
say
there's
that
that
because
other
we've had
side.
contract wars in Tarkov, so I can't
Well, it's like
necessarily say that. But like anything that
I've at
they've
least
done or
played
do, I want to
Contract
check out.
Wars, and
Right.
yeah, I've at least went back and checked them out.
He makes games I
But that
enjoy.
other thing we kind of talked about is is this why Nikita is separating this from BSG and Tarkov, because he knows about the backlash that's about to come from the
If
cryptocurrency? So
if the game is a crypto game and you have to have a wallet tied to it, and it's, we'll say, the worst of the worst idea that we've thought of, at least, having to have your crypto wallet tied to it, it's something that you're forced to, have some sort of currency involved in. I think it would only make sense that he says, whoa, we're not connected with this at all. It's just me. This is something I'm working on. He can take the heat. He's dealt with the heat for years. I just want to try this and see what happens. But at the same time, I think that he understands that that would be the wrong choice, and that people are not going to be okay with that kind of thing. Like there's other ways you can monetize your game, other ways you can, make a profit off of
well,
your game outside of forcing people into crypto. And I think you're just limiting your player base, forcing players into crypto. So it's one of those things where maybe it's with certain aspects of it, you can get an NFT, maybe you can score some cryptocurrency for yourself here and there, but it's not going to be anything that we have to we're forced into tying it to, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. Again, I just don't
well,
know.
not having it tied to BSG or Tarkov isn't doing anything if his name's still on it, because his name being on it, it still ties it to BSG and Tarkov. You know
It
what I
does,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
He is BSG. He is
yeah,
Tarkov.
his
Yeah,
name carries as much weight as either one of those other names. So
for
it's
sure.
like it, and his name is the main name on the filings. Like the person filing for all these licenses and stuff is Nikita. So it's it's weird because it seems like this is Nikita's game, but it doesn't seem like it has a like separate studio on there. It seems like
Well, that's just it too. We
there's
don't
just
know who's working on this game in the
yeah.
background for him.
Well, and that's the weird thing is like on the filings and stuff though, it's just him. So it's
Right.
like there is no separate studio. There is no like. It's a very strange thing because if Nikita has his own game that he's doing by himself, which I highly doubt, I would just I don't know. It's
Okay,
strange.
let's look at
The
it
way
from a
this is
different
all going is
perspective.
strange.
Let's look at it from a different perspective. He has put a lot of time and effort into screenshots, or not necessarily screenshots, but in CGI, animated graphics, potentially screenshots. You know, he's put a lot of time into getting all this footage and film or footage and photos together. What if this is just a browser game to where you complete these fucking deliveries and orders, then you get a little crypto out of it?
I doubt it.
Yeah,
It looks too
polished
like the
already. Like there's
teases.
too much
Yeah,
depth to it. Yeah.
the teases we've had, I think, are enough to say that that's not where this is going.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I only say that just because I wouldn't be too surprised if it was like, well, yeah, I just, this is all concept art that I thought was cool. All you're really doing is you're just this package delivery guy. You can earn some crypto. It teaches you coding a little bit, this, that, and the other. But at the same time, the coding is such a minute part of the website that I don't even think that's justifiable, right?
Right.
I'm just trying to think worst
Well,
case scenarios. What could this be if it was like super heavy into crypto and like wallets were involved and all this, that, and the other? I just have a hard time, and I think a lot of gamers have a hard time putting cryptocurrency heavily involved into a game outside of just reward wise. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm not going to put too much more into this until we learn more just because
right.
it's
That's the
purely
thing.
speculation and we have
We just need more
no
info.
clues as to where we're going. So we'll go ahead and move past this one.
Well, I will say the last thing on this, the scariest part for most people about NFTs are not, being able to earn them in game, but it's being able to use them as a form of payment for content or for items. That's where it gets slippery because it's like
Right.
you're you're basically just removing the USD or whatever form of currency you use and replacing it with a cryptocurrency, and it's not traceable as well as USD. Like it's not refundable as well. There's just a lot of regulations and things that are lax when it comes to cryptocurrency. So
For
whenever
sure.
it comes to buying things with it, it puts up a red flag because it's like, well, why don't you just use normal money?
Right.
Are
Why
you
not use
not
regular
wanting to use normal
currencies?
money to
Why do
get
you not want it to
around
be
all those?
traced? Why do you yeah.
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 Are you trying to find a way to, I mean, and I think that's the scariest part is, you know what I mean? Like, if that isn't what is happening, then I don't think it's really a problem. But if that would be what we end up finding out, then yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a major concern too, right there. Probably the biggest concern, really, once you start thinking about it a bit more. Uh, it, it's scary, right? It's scary for the average person. It's sketchy, and it does raise questions, like you just said. But yeah, we'll wait and see exactly what comes out of it. Let's move on. We'll get into the Tarkov based information and news, and with that, we have a brand new NikiLeak. So we will go ahead and give that a quick watch now. Sure the audio is on. All right. Starting off, we have some PMCs walking through an area, and to me, off rip, this looks like either A, the icebreaker ship, or B, some kind of bunker area. It just seems. We'll let it play for a moment. But these walls, these tight corridors, all the ductwork, everything above, the shop lighting, all that kind of stuff. This all looks very like polished metals, painted up metals and things like that. So I just assume this is the icebreaker ship. We don't have anything else in game that looks anything like that. Maybe a labs area, potentially one of the hallways, but I don't think so. I think this is going to be the ship.
And it falls into line with like this is probably a new trailer they're making, and it would be for a new event. So that's why I think you're right. I think it is the ship.
Yeah, and well, to further that, we know we are expecting the icebreaker ship event coming soon. We were
Yeah,
told, oh my gosh, when was it? I think early last month, early in January, maybe end of December, we were told within a couple months we're getting the upcoming icebreaker event. And then you get that, so it's just like, sure, it's a short clip, but it looks too much like a ship. Okay, that's the other part that I wanted to point out. Were these lights overhead, right? The like signal lights, the flashing signal lights above you on the ship.
yeah,
Those are commonly found in ships, right? So it's just, I don't know. It all kind of points towards it. As for what's going on here, we have no idea. Again, it's just a quick clip. This is one that I am very curious about. Is this just like a hit registration thing to show maybe like an aim trainer type scenario? Or is this just some sort of asset that they use and they fill in around it? Or are these like hit registration boxes? Anything that hits within this, if the character's on this plane, like, I don't know how that kind of stuff works. To me, this just looks like a wall of cheese. So
yeah. Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, it is weird to have a bunch of 3D squares just all around. That's really weird.
yeah, just floating around.
Um,
It seems like aim
yeah,
trainer type thing where you try to shoot as many as you can. But here's where I kind of vary on that. They're different sizes, not just in width and diameter, but like length and everything. Like they vary all the way around. It's just
yeah.
weird. I don't really understand
The
this at
depth's
all.
different. You can tell some are further back than others. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's a couple
definitely
that are even stacked
strange.
on each other. Just
Yeah, yeah, strange.
it's
Yeah, I have no
interesting.
idea what that is.
He reloads the pistol. I mean, this could also just be something that they use, just a background that they use when they're working on animation stuff. Could be absolutely nothing. Honestly, I would chalk this up more into the animation studio side. Maybe this is like texturing for when they do walls and things, if they're putting certain things there. I don't know. The different shapes, sizes, depth, width stacked on top of each other, it just doesn't add up to me. If it was uniform, it was all spread out, it would make more sense. But this is like jumbled up mess. I genuinely, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a depth thing. I don't know. And finally, we're getting therapist's hair fixed. She has
Looks
this
like she has no
weird.
eyebrows.
Yeah, this picture is hilarious though. Just her eyes and her face here look
I would love to kiss
awful.
her like that.
Yeah, for real. These eye sockets are just begging for my mouth.
Yeah.
But her hair currently is wacky looking. She's got like bangs over the top of her hair. Like it's weird. It's like it cuts off on her forehead and then the bangs fall down over it. I don't know. It's awkward. So that's cool. Therapist hair fix.
Now,
Uh,
is that just a like touch up of therapist, or is that possibly like not just like visiting traders, but actually in-game traders, maybe like where you actually walk up and visit, and it's like a new 3D model for that?
I
Or do you think it's just
mean,
touching up the existing?
it's potentially an
Because
in-raid
that looks
trader.
way more 3D than the current. That looks like something like you can see the depth on everything on the hair.
Right.
That looks like possibly maybe you could walk from any angle and actually like talk to her or see
Interact with
her.
her.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, yeah. Who
I
knows?
mean, potentially, maybe event related. Even maybe she's
Yeah.
in Icebreaker. Somebody's like snatched her up or something. Who knows? Uh, I I don't know. I want to say just a hair touch up because they kind of said already that actual in-raid traders is pretty hard to pull off. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Could be event
Yeah.
related. It could just be a hair touch up. And then we have a look at the same area, I think, at least, maybe end of line. But
It
he's
appears
pushing
to
through
be
the
part of the same
area.
trailer.
Yeah. And that's all we get is just him walking through. I didn't notice anything new gun related, no new parts or anything like that. It's also a
Nah.
little too dark to tell. I mean, every shot you pause on is just a black blob, so it's extremely hard to tell. But I didn't notice anything off rip. I think you get a decent look at the site. That's already in game. Yeah, I don't see anything new or outstanding here that's like, oh, hey, check this out. most likely just for the event trailer. And then we get this cute little kitty smelling some flowers, wearing a little hat. No information on it. I think a lot of us have kind of just gravitated towards, hey, is that the hideout cat? Maybe I think it's reaching because we all just really want the hideout cat, but at the same time, maybe not. It's hard to tell. I
Well,
want it to be the hideout cat. I think a lot of players want it to
I
be the
mean,
hideout cat.
and Nikita has said for so long that it's coming that it would almost have to be the hideout cat, because why else would they have pictures of a cat? But then again, why would we have framed pictures of our hideout cat? Why wouldn't we
Exactly.
just have
Yeah. The
our actual
hideout
hideout
cat.
cat? Unless he gives us a new not poster, but a new picture frame area on our hideout where we can actually hang up pictures of our cat, and that's what that's showing is early images of what that's
Potentially,
going to look like,
yeah.
maybe.
Maybe we can take
Well, what
screenshots
do
of our
those
cat.
walls? What do those walls look like? I'm trying to
Well, that's the
like. Do
thing.
you
Here's
recognize
the
any
other
of that?
thing. No, this could be in a manager's office on the ship. We know on the ship there are areas that look clean, like office areas. They've got wooden floors, they've got desks, tables, the whole 9 yards. They're all laid out like that. This could literally just be images on the wall or whatever because they're in a picture frame. They're in like metal giant picture frames.
Yeah,
And based off of everything in this area around it, this is a fully finished room. You know what I mean? The
yeah,
trim's
and
there, the floors are done, the paint's on the walls, the wood grain is on the high side trim. It's all
well,
done
and
out. It just
judging from where the floor is to the pictures, those pictures have to be huge.
that's what I'm saying. They're massive. These are huge pictures.
Yeah,
I think this is in Icebreaker, and I think that this is just in one of the terror group style offices
yeah, I
we
think
had
you're
looked
right.
at months ago on one of the previous NikiLeaks. I think that's what this is tied to.
Yeah, I think it's just some in-world pictures. Yeah,
Potentially this kitty cat is our hideout cat. Maybe we find it at the end of the Icebreaker event. Who knows? Maybe that's how we're introduced to our hideout cat. But with these images here, I think this is just pictures in some guy's office. You know,
yeah.
this is just this man's cat, and he's happy for it. This is his love. So, and then we move on to a new jacket. It's got some writing on the back. I think it's like Everlast or something, I would assume. Something along those lines. But this thing looks cool. You're wearing a hoodie underneath of it. You've got like this sick little chain bracelet on. Uh, oh,
It's some kind of
three-quarter
armband on
zip.
too.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's wrappings from like injury or if it's an armband or what it is.
It looks
But this
thin. It
looks
doesn't
sick.
look like the
A regular
ones we have
armband,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably just wrapping. It's probably just like bandaging
yeah,
or something. But this looks cool because it's like a bomber jacket. You got a hoodie underneath
yeah.
of it. I think it looks cool. And we know, which we'll get into in a moment with the new arena map, but we're getting real close to a new season, a new battle pass. So probably rewards for that. And if it's the same as, scroll back here a little bit, if this writing on the back of the jacket here is the same as what's on the cut off
Oh,
hoodies and stuff like that,
sweatshirt. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I think this is just battle pass in my opinion, which I'm cool with
Yep.
because this looks fucking sick. And then we get some new gloves. No idea what these are actually going to look like, what color they're going to be. This is not part of the coat that we just saw, right? The jacket is long sleeve, comes all the way down. You can see that. These no sleeves. I do want to point out that forearm is
It's
juiced.
massive. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is massive.
I don't know
What
what's
is
going
going
on
on there?
there. I don't know. Dude's got a thick arm, but gloves. They look cool, and that's the thing too. We don't know what color they're actually going to be. You know, that green could just be there as a symbol. That green could be like, hey, this is
Well,
the color we want to use. It looks like the dinosaur that they put all over the place, kind of.
speaking of the weird body, you remember before 1.0, all those weird pictures we got of like bodies in really weird positions,
Yeah,
and
and
some
like the
of them
super
being like
stretched
extra
and
big and extra
yeah,
small. Yeah, like it seems like they do that a lot.
yeah. Maybe it's just for laughing matters. You know, like
Yeah,
oh, we only need the
maybe.
hand to model it. Let's make this thing massive.
Yeah.
And then we get I can only assume is for the Duckov collab. Maybe once you
Has
finish
to be.
the task line for Duckov, you get this along with some other hideout rewards. Probably, I assume it's all hideout based. Maybe not all of it, but I'm guessing we're gonna get targets, maybe like little duck figurines we can place around, and I'm really hoping like some walls, floors, ceiling type
Yeah, I was gonna
situation.
say wallpaper and all that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude, I really want to see those. And then maybe a couple items that we can keep in our stash too. But I think it's mostly going to be hideout cosmetic, just like the Labyrinth event was, right? You get all the
Right.
hideout stuff
Yeah.
from it. Um, and then this is interesting. This is a transition. This is an extract. This
Is
is
it
our.
an extract or is it just a door showing an exit?
I mean,
And it
maybe,
just seems like extract
maybe
because it, similar
it's
signage.
lit up. It's I don't know the way it looks. Really feels like an extract. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm gonna say this is probably how we get off the ship.
Icebreaker, yeah. This was probably just an icebreaker exit, but it's also probably the extract for icebreaker.
That
So
could
it
be it.
probably is
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of
it could
that.
be dual
Yeah.
purpose. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it looks cool. I mean, it's our first like go up to a door and extract. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. Not by a long
And I was gonna
shot.
say
All the
on
bunkers and stuff, all
interchain.
the ones on interchange.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of doors we go through. So yeah, but it is cool, especially considering this is going to be on Icebreaker most likely. I think it's pretty interesting. And then we're back to scene one, more traversing through. Cool
Look at his
jacket.
jacket too, though.
That's what. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
he's
say
got
that's
the
a cool
hooded
jacket. I
jacket.
wonder if we're getting that.
That might be like the one in that we seen the
Yeah, it could
bomber.
be. It
Maybe
could
that's just
be
a
their variant
real
of it.
version of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You wouldn't be able to tell, but they make their way through. I do want to point out USEC tag on the backpack. I'm genuinely hoping that at some point we are able to put patches on things. Gosh, that would be cool, right? Like just how we have armbands for ourselves now. I would love to be able to put on my backpack, bear or this, that, or the other. Maybe even some of the armband variants, terror group, stuff like that, like different patches. One, it's just another form of identifier. Oh, that's EarLeg. He's running around with the bear patch on his back, or he's got the labs patch on his backpack, something like that. And also, I just like flair, right? That's my thing. I just like to be flashy. I like to look cool. It's all about the drip.
Well, and it makes sense because we already have like certain armors that have USEC patches or bear patches
Exactly.
pre-installed. And it would only make sense to let USECs take that bear off their freaking back so it doesn't say bear. You know what I mean? Like,
And vice
and
versa.
same
Yeah.
with bears. Like, take that USEC off their chest and put bear there. Like,
Yeah. It just makes sense.
I think we're definitely
reasonable.
getting that too.
I
They've
think
hinted
so.
at that enough.
Yeah, we've seen
a lot
a lot more of patches like being shown off.
Yeah.
Even here, there's USEC on his back, USEC on his hip. So there's a lot of nods that potentially we'll be getting those. Then we're back to the beginning of the NikiLeak. So that was a cool one.
Yeah. First one we've had in a while too.
Yeah, we haven't had a NikiLeak in quite some time. Next up would be the arena roadmap. Gladiators. We are excited to share our Tarkov arena plans for the first quarter of 2026. Before April, we are rolling out 2 updates, bringing a revamped shootout mode, new battle pass season, release content from Escape from Tarkov, and much more. So what we have currently on this roadmap is quality of life improvements, new in-game task line, match history, which I think is going to be great, profile viewer, which again is something I've asked for a very long time. I'd love to be able to just like check out the homies, see how many hours they have, maybe look at some of these guys that we play against every now and then. I think a profile viewer is pretty handy. Shootout 2.0. We're finally getting the shootout game mode. I think when it first started, shootout was available. I don't remember.
Yeah. Shootout was in, and it was so badly received they took it out.
Took it out almost immediately. Battle Pass Season 2 coming very soon. New tactical map. And then one of the biggest things happening is the integration of EFT patch 1.0 changes to EFT Arena. MCX, new parts. The NL545, the AK308, it maybe the M16. All those new guns, all those new parts. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be there. But here's the thing I don't understand is why is it so far behind on Arena still? Like they were supposed to get it to where it was like parity between the two, and I just don't understand how they still haven't got that yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what the holdup is. Hopefully, with these patches before April, it kind of brings everything up, and then we can pace from there. Which with 1.0, everything's permanent now, so I guess they could get that dialed in, and then go into Arena and start dialing that in. We'll also be getting audio engine improvements as well as game client optimization, so that'll be nice to have Arena running a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of curious on that too, like why they haven't
Well, it's been talked about so often
been a
that
little
I
quicker
just,
about it.
well, and I get it. Maybe the fact that they're going like different directions with arena and normal game now, probably more than they had planned. Because there for a while, everything was kind of one by one. It's like whatever they did in Tarkov, they were doing in arena, and now they've kind of started going separate ways. It's like arena's going to
Yeah,
have its own
they're
movement.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
certain armors have different stats, certain bullets have their own stats. So maybe that's why everything's taking a little longer. Arena has to have its own pass on everything.
Well, we
Um,
also know they're trying to get ranked back up and running, as well as add introducing with like Shootout 2.0 and this stuff. So maybe it's just a matter of just logistics too, right? Potentially they've just been swamped with everything else. Especially like you said, they're separating the two games pretty heavily. So maybe
yeah.
bringing in the 1.0 stuff wasn't the most important thing. But now that they're caught up on
What's
everything else and they have a
what's
ranked playable, or not playable, but ready to be played, maybe then now they start doing all that. But yeah, I am
well, it
surprised
makes
it's taking them
sense.
so long.
It makes sense now that I think about it. The more I think about it, because I'm like, it would be hard to implement every new weapon, every new ammo type, every new armor type in arena when you have to do a separate pass of statistics for each one now.
That's true
Back when
too.
there was
Yeah.
parity between the two, it was a lot easier to drag and drop.
Right. Just
But
one for one
now
on
that they're
everything. Yeah.
yeah, now that they're doing such different things between the two, I can kind of understand. Eventually they should get to where it's, whenever one drops for Tarkov, it also drops for Arena. Like the two games need to eventually coincide with the same updates and like same content. Everything should be the same. Um, because it just it's only right that you get something in Tarkov, you should also have it in Arena immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we're almost to that point.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get there. But a lot of cool guns, a lot of cool equipment
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
1.0 finally coming to Arena.
For sure.
And that's a lot of stuff too. There was, like you
It
said, a
is.
lot of the MCX parts, the MDR parts, like
All the new
basically all
guns.
the new guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a lot of content there.
For sure. I also think with them introducing the new battle pass as well, we'll probably potentially get a new gun in that if they do like they did with the Model 1. So there's potential for that. And then any other new cosmetics and variants of armors and things like that. It's just a lot. It is a lot. And sure, you can use the excuse of they've had all this time to do this, this, and this, but it's like they still have to do balancing patches. They're still trying to get ranked up and running. They're still trying to get these game modes figured out. They're trying to implement all the
Well,
1.0 stuff. Like it really is a substantial amount of shit they're trying to pack in just these,
yeah.
last couple few months. It's really only been a few months since 1.0's dropped. So I don't think it's too bad, but I would like to see a little bit faster turnaround on, especially mainly for the new guns and new gun parts. The MCX would be so much better if I could put new parts on it.
Well, here's a crazy thing that I've been thinking about. Every new battle pass adds so many things. It's throwing so many items into the base game because, like, if you go to just search items on the base game, you see all those different variants, like each color of each item because of arena. You
Right.
know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like, is it almost going to be like overcrowded to where there's going to be so much
Well,
shit
that's what we had
that
talked
you
about a
cannot
while
even
ago.
get? Well, it's like you can't even get half of it in the base game. Like, I just feel like it's adding so many like different balaclavas. You got one balaclava and then you got like 14 different versions of it, and the different mask, there's like 30 different colors, and it's just it's becoming like
Well,
like
what they do on base
I don't
game
know.
is with the previous season stuff, maybe a couple of the best items stay. Not every single balaclava was available. Not every single face mask from the season 0 was available when season 1 dropped. When season 1 came in, they put all that stuff in on ref, and then got rid of the previous version. You know, we were still able to get some of the things from season 0, but for the most part, it all cycled out and season 1 came in and replaced all those things, which I don't necessarily agree with unless they find a better way of doing it. Because, like we had talked about previously, I don't remember how long ago, but what happened at season 6 when we have
Right.
all these previous seasons worth of stuff. Hey, there were really cool balaclavas, really cool armor sets, really cool this, really cool that, and I have access to none of it because you keep recycling it out for the next season, and I can't use that now. So what was the point in grinding it out? Like, we almost need the trader that sells those items, ref, to have drop down menus or okay, you want the regular balaclava? Well, here's all the variants for it. Okay, well, you want
Or
the just a half mask? Here's all the variants for it. You know, something. They
we
got to
need
find a better
we
way
need to
of making it
stop
work.
we need to stop getting variations of every item and just start getting new items.
I mean, either
I'm
way,
tired
it's
of seeing like,
clutter. Either way, it's
well,
gonna be
it's like
clutter.
I'd rather have different items than like 15 of the same thing. Um, because it's like what I'm talking about is like when you go to the flea market and you go to search for an item, whether you can get the item anymore or not, it still shows up in the list. So you're looking at like 30, 40 different things,
True.
even if you
Yeah.
can't even get them anymore. And I'm just saying it's becoming so just hard to like find certain things. And it's coming from a player, me, who is used to Tarkov having one item and one version of the item. Like we had one balaclava for so long.
Yeah.
And it's like now when you look at it, you got like not only do you have one balaclava, you have 30 versions of that one. Well, then you also have like
30 versions
a
of half
different.
mask, 30 versions of the
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
it's just starting to become a problem,
infrared
starting to
cold
become an issue.
fear.
And I feel
Yeah.
like a better way of doing it would be instead of adding 30 versions of stuff each time there's a new battle pass, maybe just add some new stuff. And instead of getting like, they add one new item and you can get 3 different versions of it this battle pass, just add 3 new items. Like new
I
items
mean,
are
in
better
most
than
regards, that's
versions of different
doable.
items.
The problem with that is there's only so many
Yeah, they
types
could
of
absolutely
face
do it.
masks that you could wear.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like get to the point where it's like, okay, there's not going to be any face mask because we have so many. So let's just do a new item. Like how about a watch? Or like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you could
instead of
absolutely go
seeing
into
like,
cosmetics that are on the
yeah,
body.
I just mean
Yeah.
like, yeah, force themselves to do new
Tattoos.
things
Yeah.
instead of just because you know what it's going to be. Eventually it's going to be such a crazy
It'll be
amount
so
of stuff. It's
congested
going
you
to be
can't
like,
work through it.
yeah, it just, yeah.
Yeah, that's been the concern of mine from the start of this whole thing. It's like they're either A, going to get rid of shit, which we don't want them to do because we earned all that shit and it's ours, or B, it's just going to be too cluttered and too messy to even bother going through it, and you're just going to have page after page after page of shit you have to sift through to get that one specific look you want. Yeah, I think if they went into more player customization, tattoos, watches, chains, fucking hell, even in that regard, more shirts, clothing options instead of face
Yeah.
masks. Give us more clothing options. At least
Exactly.
then
Everybody
it's
loves
in a
shirts and
different
pants.
place. It's not congested
Right.
in the middle of your fucking interface. It's not congested in the middle of your traders or your flea market or anything. It's just over on
Well,
that one character screen. You scroll through what you want. It's so easy.
it's also bogging the game down. It's like all that shit has to be loaded in game because all of it has pictures, all of it has descriptions. It all takes up more data. Like it just all of it is there constantly, and it's not good for the game to have like.
No,
Right
especially
now
when the
we
game
probably
runs the way it
have.
does.
Well, I was gonna say we probably have 5 times the amount of items we had originally, only due to variations of items. Like that's the only reason why we have so many things. When in reality, it's just different versions of the same items we already had.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's not something they can keep doing without, it becoming extremely annoying.
Yeah. Well, let's continue talking about that a little bit more. So we have new hats coming. Which at least with this, again, it's a different item variant. It's a new hat.
Yeah, those are
completely different. It's in its own category.
Yeah, those look completely new.
Yeah. So this isn't something that's just the Superman cap. This isn't just 4 variants of the Superman cap. This is a completely different
Right.
cap. And that's fine.
Yeah,
in my
the
opinion,
stitching
that's
on
okay.
it looks different. The design of it looks different. It's like that,
and I'm
that's
okay
what
with
I'm talking about. Like, yeah, me too. I'm fine with that because it adds a whole new item. And really, the thing I hate is right now in the base game, you're having to look at all this other stuff that's there that you never get to see if you don't play arena. And
Right.
it's like there needs to be something done to where either you don't see it in the base game or you have access to it whether you play arena or not, because it's just they're trying to make the games have the same items, but at the same time you can't
Separate them
have all the
out.
items
Yeah.
unless you play both games. It's starting to become weird. Like
Yeah. Well, and
it's
the
just
games are
weird.
going further and further away from each other too.
Yeah.
It's just hard to keep tying them together with just cosmetics. But yeah, I mean, I get it to a point. I think that the
The
system
answer
needs
needs to
change.
be
The system needs
the
change.
answer needs to be Tarkov gets its own battle pass, and that's what is in the base game, and then arena keeps its own stuff, and just separate them that way.
Yeah, if you want to share clothing, that's fine, but the overwhelming amount of items that get thrown in, especially when you just take them
Well, it's
back
like
away and stuff too, it's not ideal.
even the clothing is weird though, because certain items it's like are transferable, other ones aren't. It's like it's sometimes you get an item and you're only allowed to wear it in arena. Other things you
Really?
get you can wear it. Yeah, yeah. There's items in arena you can only wear in arena. Tons of them. Most of the battle pass ones you can wear in both, but like some of the challenge ones, some of the just original stuff you get, like some of the scav gear, certain ones you have to wait till you get ref leveled up. Other ones you get it as soon as you log in. Like it doesn't like. There's just too many variations of
That's
shit.
fair. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then you have like there are the specific items specifically for arena, like the Discord face mask or the arena face mask. I don't know. There's a handful of things that specifically to arena too that just will never make their way to BS or to EFT. Yeah,
Well, it's
it's
like when
just
you
it gets
dress your character,
convoluted.
all that scav gear, you get all those cool scav gear
That's
where you
true. All
can
the
like,
pants and shirts and shit.
yeah,
Yeah, the hoodies and shit. Yeah, and you get none of that over on base game. I would love to be able to dress
right.
more like a scav. I think that would be cool.
Well,
You
and I
know,
think that's the more frustrating part is we know it's possible and like
yeah,
it's all
yeah, we
there.
see it. Yeah,
Like the only reason we can't do it is it's being restricted right now, and it just open all that shit up. Like
yeah. If
get
you're
rid
gonna
of all
tie it
this
together, tie it
blocking shit
together.
off.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not driving somebody to go buy arena just so they can wear that specific outfit on arena. You know,
No,
it's just
absolutely
not.
not.
I could understand it if it was like, oh well, people really like this. There's we've seen account sales because people want this outfit. But when you lock it behind only arena, they lose interest in taking that outfit at all. Like, what's the point?
Well,
So
it's like they already have the really cool items on the website for sale. So if someone really wants it, they can just go buy it. Like all the other things that are earnable in game, just make them usable in game for everybody. Like don't block them off where
yeah,
you can only buy it in arena, or you can only earn it in arena, and then like you can see it over in the base game, but you'll never get to wear it, and you'll never see anybody like none of the like people you see will ever wear it. Like it just I don't know. I'm starting to get frustrated with all the separation of items and like I just feel like it's fine. I understand what they're trying to do, but there needs to be something changed in the future to where it doesn't continue to just grow and separate.
right. And my biggest complaint is just how congested it already is and is going to feel later. And if
Yeah.
the answer is just removing items, I don't like that. It makes me not care to go earn the items. You know,
Well, like I said,
so
especially if you're someone like you who grinds every battle pass and everything, like
yeah, I buy the tag map, I
that's
grind out the battle pass, I do
disheartening to
everything I can. You know what I mean? And
do
then
that. Yeah, and then
yeah,
have stuff just disappear.
right. It sucks. It's not ideal. The last thing that I have for this week, at least, is a short video that was posted. Me and Adam get a kick out of it. This is probably one of the best short Tarkov videos that has ever been made. Uh,
Yeah.
this guy sitting down in the D2 bunker, and his volume up a little bit.
Oh shit! A rat!
Oh shit! Oh rat! I love that dude.
It's
So that
just the
got
fact that he's sea
reposted.
walking. It just cracks me
Yeah,
up. It's like, why is he sea walking, dude? Like,
yeah,
why? Why is Partisan sea walking?
it's so good. It's so good. Yeah,
It
that's
is.
the comedic genius I love about VSG and Nikita and all those guys. They get a kick out of this shit too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. There's a few things with Arena that need to change. There's things I absolutely love about Arena. There's things that I think Arena does really well that Tarkov could take a few notes from. But when it comes to the cosmetics and the items and things like that, we need a better system for cycling through everything. we need a permanent system where we don't lose our items and just switch it up a little bit, right? Like I agree. I understand with face masks in particular, there's only so many styles of face masks that you can put on and wear and like do this and that with. So I get having a bunch of variants, but if your option is, oh, let's just add 36 more face masks, draw the line there and start adding hats, shirts, watches, fucking chains, jewelry of some sort, fucking tattoos. You know what I mean? Like there's a billion things you guys could do. And I think it just helps further the game a little bit more. It adds more depth, adds more customization. You're not locking all these sick tattoo designs and like really cool shit that other players really, really want, but are probably never going to get to Prestige 6 or 5 or whatever. You know, it's a good way to introduce, like, sure, it's not the same tattoo, but it's still tattoos. You know, I think it's just a good way to introduce things to make the player base feel a little more rewarded.
Like I said, as a main base game player, you know, I play Arena sometimes, but as, you know, mainly if I play Tarkov, it's base game. And it just sucks because, you know, these 9-10 years of playing, anything you found in the game, you could actually get. Like you could, you know, there were certain things that were hard to get. Like you want the tracksuit, well, you gotta kill freaking Killa, you know, 100 times. Like it's hard, but you can get it. Well, now it's just like there's a ton of cool shit, and most people who just play the base game are never going to be able to wear any of that shit. Right. Even though they can see it, it's in the files, it's right there. You can look at it, you can see a person with it on. Like, but no, you can't wear it. Your guy can't wear it because you didn't log into Arena and do it.
You didn't spend $30 on Arena, and you didn't spend all your days playing Arena instead of playing Tarkov. And that's the thing too. People are always like, "Oh, how do you have so much time to play both?" It's like, well, most days I don't. Right? I do my dailies, and I have to get off Arena to go play Tarkov. Or if I want to keep playing Arena, I don't get to play much Tarkov. So you're really like, if you get the Arena stuff, you put the time into it, and that's time away from Tarkov. And sure, I love Arena, but I really love Tarkov. I love the environment of Tarkov. If I could just do my dailies, get my battle pass shit done, get all my rewards, and just be back on Tarkov in a week, I would. And I would spend my time on Tarkov. I still play Arena almost every day. I love Arena, don't get me wrong. But I completely understand the frustrations of, you know, not everybody has the time, not everybody has the money, not everybody has the want to just go grind Arena. Not everybody wants to, you know, separate their Tarkov time and their Arena time, and it's completely understandable.
That's what I was going to say. Grinding Tarkov alone is hard.
Huge time sink.
You got to throw another game in there with it. But, you know,
and they're both major time sinks. It's not like you can just hop on Arena and get it done quickly.
Right. Yeah, I played a ton of Arena, and I'm only like level like 50 on the battle pass or something, you know what I mean? Like I'm only halfway done. And
dude, the amount of time I put into Arena to finish this battle pass as quickly as I did was ridiculous. I pretty much stopped playing Tarkov for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I was just on Arena all day, every day. Just nonstop, just to get that battle pass done, and then get the tactical map done.
But and it's not the biggest deal in the world, and it's not something that you'll hear us talk about very often. And you know, there are people who complain about this stuff all the time, and those people are just, you know, like, they're too obsessed with it. It's not that big of a deal. But it does the system needs to be changed. It needs to be
organized. It needs cleaned up. That's
updated. Cleaned up, updated. There needs to be something new. Like, it's cool seeing all the cool stuff, and every battle pass is bringing a lot of cool things, but it's like, it's getting to the point where it's got to get changed somehow, because it's just getting like too out there. There's too much shit in the game now. Too much shit, and not enough ways to get it. Once it's gone to the battle pass, no one's going to ever get it, but it's still right there, and it's like, I don't know.
Thank you to me for playing Season 0, Season 1, Season 2, whatever, and acquiring those items, and being one of the only people that have those. You know, like, it's frustrating for sure, because you shouldn't have to decide whether you're putting all your time in Arena to get this stuff, or if you want to actually play Tarkov. Like, you should be able to just play Tarkov and still be rewarded for that.
Exactly. And having a few, like, limited edition items is cool.
Absolutely.
But making every
Arena
like,
item
alternate version of something is, like, limited edition now. It's like, come on, man.
It's just too much. I agree.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I'm a hardcore Arena player.
Continue.
I'm going to get every battle pass done, every attack map done. I'm going to do it.
It's been cool. You know, it's been awesome, some of the new stuff. It's been fun, you know, getting it and seeing some of the new stuff. Like, I have no issue with it. I have issue if it continues to only be this way. Like, if it doesn't change in the future. Because, like I said, as a normal Tarkov player, anything I've seen in the game, I could always just get, and I could look forward into it like, oh, that's cool, I can eventually get that. Now it's nothing like that. Now you see so many items that you're never going to see. You're never going to have the ability to get them, to wear them. You're not going to see anybody with them. Like, they're just there in the file, sitting there, and they've gone to waste because they're just not obtainable anymore.
Right. Yep. Yeah. It has to change. It has to change. I don't think there's any way around it. I think that's just the only right option, realistically.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's it for this week. There's really not a lot going on. The biggest thing, in my opinion, was the the core NFT stuff, which we still don't know enough about to really dig into yet. I'm sure throughout this next week, maybe 2 weeks, we're going to learn a lot more about it. It seems like they're ramping up the amount of stuff they're putting out. I need to get back onto the website and dig through that because I saw some new files and stuff added, like reports and this, that, and the other, and a bunch of new things that they've done. So I need to get on there and get caught back up because I was caught up and now I'm not. So I need to get that done again and then just see if any new information comes out throughout the week and what we get with that. But yeah, is there anything else you want to add to, or?
No, nope. I think that's it, man.
All right, well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode of Talking Tarkov, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Just don't forget to click that bell icon so you never miss an upload. We'll catch you next week. See ya.